Hey guys, so it is my birthday, July 3rd. Happy birthday to me. Um, and so I'm going to preface with saying that we are to be in a place of childlike wonder and awe and play with all of this stuff, embrace where we're playing pretend at. With that being said, I was getting a strong prompt to talk today about birthdays and how they're a really good distraction from what we truly actually are, and how I'm essentially being not forced, I sign up for it, but I've got big lessons that I'm having to face with this right now with my birthday, and it's a difficult one for me. So with that being said, it was funny, I was just in the water a little while ago, and excuse me, I got thinking about this. I was getting this in my head to talk about this, go for a walk and talk about this. And just as I'm thinking about it, I heard some kids behind me in the water who were playing around, and they just yelled something about celebrating the life of Billy Bob Johnson Jr. or something like that. And it was funny because it was like that, like they it wasn't just it was they yelled celebrating the life of and that's and the synchronicity with, I was literally just thinking about this stuff, and then they said that, I'm like, okay, there's a synchronicity there. So with that being said, like I said, I'm getting a prompt to talk about birthdays and how they're a really good distraction from focusing on what we actually are. So what are birthdays? Excuse me. There's resistance in this because, like I said, this is a hard lesson I'm having to face today. What are birthdays? They are celebrating the illusioned gameplay. It's basically, birthdays are saying that we're celebrating that. I'll use I language. Birthdays are saying that I'm celebrating that I'm born. I was born into this. I'm this old. I've been alive for this many years. That I'm this character. All that stuff. And none of that's actually true as to what we actually are. We're not actually here doing this. We weren't born into this. We're not even incarnated in doing this. Incarnation and reincarnation, that's saying that we've entered into something and we're re-entering into something. This is a pretend gameplay. It's an illusion. It's a hallucination. We're not actually here doing this. We're at home now, just imagining, hallucinating, pretending that we are. It's not actually happening. So we're not actually here doing this. We were never born into this. We're not these ages. We're not these characters. There is no past. There is no future. There's only now. We're not these bodies. None of it. So birthdays are a really, really, really good distraction, and even in a sense, technically an ego lie, saying that, telling us that we are these identities, these characters, these ages, that we're here doing this. So for me, this year for my birthday, I'm going to first talk about what I'm very thankful for. I am very, very grateful that I am up at the lake again this year, that my mother was willing to take me up here and spend time with me and spend the day here with me, which I very much appreciate. And that we're going to be, going out for dinner and getting some ice cream after, which I also appreciate. I signed myself up to get a relaxation massage this evening, which I'm looking forward to, but I'm also nervous about, because I know I'm not this body, and I know insecurities are illusion and all that stuff. That being said, I am clinging on to the illusion of being insecure about my body. So this is work for me on self-love, self-care, just taking care of myself, all that stuff. So, and I'm grateful that I have the ability and the means to be able to do this. I'm in the illusion of money is tight, but I technically have the money, and I'm choosing to spend some of what I've got on this, even though I'm like, I shouldn't. But again, ego lies saying I'm lacking and I should or shouldn't do things. What matters is how I'm feeling about it and doing the mental cleanup on it, right? So with all that, why is this a difficult lesson for me today? Because, like I said, I'm very, very grateful that I'm getting to spend time with my mom, and she took me up to the lake. With that being said, I have no friends to spend my day with. So first of all, my dad's out of town. I am seeing him Saturday, which I'm thankful for, but my dad's out of town, so I don't get to see him today. I am still cut off from my sister and my niece, so I am not allowed to see them, and I'm not allowed on the property, so it's not like I can go back with my mom because they live in the same house. Apartment in the basement, main house and the rest of it. So it's not like I can go back and spend time there if I wanted to, which I would like to, but I can't. And with all that also being said, I am also in the illusion of losing friends, lack of friends, unavailable friends. So my one friend that I actually do have here in person, she's busy today. She's not able to see me. And I'm not upset with her about it. It is what it is. It's just difficult. And then with my other friend that I did have here in person, she's someone who's been extremely close to me for over 15 years, one of my best friends. And her and I are no longer friends. These physical characters are no longer friends. I lost her as a friend very recently. And it's really difficult. She is, again, zooming out, she's reflecting a lot of stuff for me, and she's teaching me really good lessons as to why it's really important not to cling on to ego illusion lies like they're real and true, because it leads into things like people being in the illusion of psychosis and needing to be in the psych ward and thinking that their loved ones are trying to transition them out of this. And this is all very fresh. And then there's some rough spots with some other people in my life too. So, and then, I'm still struggling with where I'm living. I'm very, 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 very grateful I have a roof over my head and that I don't need to share it with anybody. With that being said, it's also a box of an apartment that is technically underground, and it's dark, and I don't have anywhere where I can go and sit outside and enjoy nature. So a good chunk of my day is pretty much going to be me on my own, me, myself, and I, with just God and spirit. And which spirit is God, we're all one. It's all the same shit, different pile, but not even different piles, all the same shit. So I have really big lessons that I am being forced. It's not a force, I'm signed up for this, but to face when it comes to detachment from my birthday. Holidays in general, yes, but right now we're focusing in on my birthday. It shouldn't matter who I'm with, where I am. Happiness, peace, joy, love does not come from the birthday. It doesn't come from anything external. It's part of my true state of being. And detachment from my birthday is going to help me to allow that true state of being that I actually am to shine through. And that way I'll be at peace regardless, no matter what. Plus, again, it helps me to let go of the ego lie identity that I've chosen to make up and cling to, which in turn also allows what I really am to shine through, and I can be that. So I know what these lessons are, and that I am working on them as best I can. I do still have more work to do. With all that being said, if anyone who comes across this is struggling with the illusion of, loss or, lack when it comes to, social, friends, family, material, all that stuff, try to remember, and this is what I keep trying to remind myself as well, what looks like things falling apart is actually things coming together. And, saying to yourself and repeating, all is well, all things are working together for the highest good. Even if we can't see it, there's a reason why these things are happening, and it is helpful, and we will be grateful, and we are grateful even if we don't realize it. We are grateful for it because of what it is doing for us, even if, again, we can't see what that is in that now. So yeah, with all that, see, it's even surfacing right now. Like, I know I'm circling back a little bit, but even with the body stuff, like with this, I'm insecure about uploading this video because I'm like, my face is all blemished and broken out, and like same with my chest and the way my cleavage is sitting, and like my hair, and I just look gross, and you know, but this is me. But this isn't, but that's just it. This is my character, but it's not me. And this is what my character looks like right now. And again, I'm trying to remind myself that the body is merely a map of the consciousness. It's a training tool. It's to be utilized for loving communication. So lessons on that too. I'm not the body. I'm not this age. I am not this character. My birthday is just a playful illusion that is actually meaningless. Everything external, everything, all of this illusion is meaningless and powerless, as in it has no meaning and no power until I choose to give it as such. And my happiness is not dependent on any of this. So yeah, I feel like that's kind of all I'm being prompted to share right now at the moment. I'm just checking in with spirit, and I'm just seeing Eric just smiling and kind of giving like a bow of like, and that is all kind of thing. So cool. That is all apparently for now. So anyway, I hope that someone watching this finds this helpful. But as always, these are reminders and messages for myself, because this is a dream I'm making up and I am working on it. So thank you all for everything. Thank you for watching, for listening, for supporting, for loving. And I appreciate you all, which is my saying thank you words. Anyway, I'm trying to wrap this up and I'm just getting awkward. And I want to apologize for that. Working on that too. All right. Thank you guys for everything. Honestly, I really do thank you guys for everything. I appreciate you very much. And yeah, I guess that's it. As always, have a wonderful now.